Have you ever wondered why clock hands always move clockwise and never the other way? As if time itself follows a secret universal command? The answer begins long before modern clocks, when ancient observers studied the sun's path across the sky to measure the passing of hours. In the northern hemisphere, sundial shadows naturally moved left to right, and people accepted this motion as the natural flow of time. When the first mechanical clocks were built, their makers copied the sundial's pattern. From crude stone sundials to elegant tower clocks, every design preserved this direction, turning an ancient habit into an enduring worldwide tradition. But imagine for a moment if those early timekeepers lived south of the equator. In that world, what we now call counterclockwise could easily have been the standard, rewriting centuries of human rhythm and habit. This shows how tiny historical choices, shaped by location and perspective, can echo through generations and become unquestioned global conventions. Interestingly, the very word, clockwise, only gained meaning after mechanical clocks existed. Sunrise, sunset, shadows, and seasons, where no concept of clockwise or counterclockwise even existed. The gearmakers of medieval Europe simply imitated the sundial, ensuring every mechanism ticked in the same familiar direction as the sun. As clocks spread across towns, churches, and cities, this pattern hardened into tradition, making clockwise feel inevitable and beyond question. Think about it. Every wristwatch, wall clock, and tower bell you've ever seen turns rightward. Even compasses and navigation tools aligned with this standard, reinforcing clockwise as the natural symbol of order, direction, and progress. Artists and mathematicians use the same flow in geometry and design, embedding clockwise motion deep into the language of logic and symmetry. Over centuries, what started as sunlight on stone became a cultural instinct. From architecture to machinery, clockwise became shorthand for forward motion, while counterclockwise suggested reversal, resistance, or undoing. Science too embraced the idea. Spirals, rotations, and cycles were often described in terms of the familiar rightward turn of the clock. Yet, in the southern hemisphere, sundials tell the opposite story. If history had centered there, the world might define normal rotation in reverse, and clockwise would never have entered our vocabulary. Still, the dominance of northern cultures spread their standard, fixing clockwise as the international symbol of time. Watches on soldiers' wrists, clocks in railway stations, bells in cathedrals, each tick reinforced clockwise as humanity's common rhythm. Even today, digital screens display simulated clockwise motion. Video games, animations, and scientific diagrams all rely on the same flow, showing how deeply this ancient rule shapes our imagination. But why does this matter? Because it reveals how arbitrary choices can define culture, language, and even our sense of natural law. The clock's direction is not inevitable truth, it is inherited memory. Fossilized from a single interpretation of the moving sun. This sparks a deeper question. How many other customs we treat as natural or simply echoes of forgotten accidents in history? Clocks remind us that tradition is powerful, but perspective matters. Another culture might have built time in reverse. So when you glance at your watch, remember, you're seeing not just time, but thousands of years of choices frozen in motion. And imagine, if one day clocks spun backward, our lives, habits, and even language of time itself would feel entirely transformed.